Twisted. I'm back. Today, I'm just messing around in the garage. I have a couple oil changes I need to do. They're a little way overdue, but see about getting them done today. My wife was actually able to get some motor oil pretty cheap over at Costco. And that's what I'm going to be using today.
This ain't gonna work. Oh, hey, I'm Ricky Bobby.
And I'm Cal Naughton Jr.
And we're here to talk to you about plastic, the silent killer.
Let's see. First thing we're going to need is a giant piece of cardboard.
Is that gonna work?
I don't think so. Shh. Hey, I'm Ricky Bobby.
And I'm Cal Naughton Jr.
Do you know that cardboard is actually edible?
Sometimes, just getting started is half the battle, but eventually you just need to get it done. Now we'll go down to the bottom side. First things first. You gotta get underneath the vehicle. Man, I thought they used to leave a little bit more room under here, but I guess not. I'm gonna drop this skid plate, and I'll see you when I'm done.
Well, hey there. Today, we're going to talk about staying safe and focused while working under a vehicle. As a seasoned mechanic, Twisted wanted me to emphasize how important it is to stay calm and focused on the task at hand. Distractions can be dangerous, so try to minimize them by keeping your working space clean and organized. And remember, take breaks when needed. Lastly, always prioritize safety over speed.
Okay, let's go.
You ever have one of those moments, feel like you're talking to yourself? Yeah, I know. Well, time to fill her on up, and here, I'll show you this little trick. After you pour your first one in, you just cut the top off. You use it as a funnel. But if you need to put your waste oil back into the quarts, don't do that. Go buy a funnel. I got a big waste jug back here. Put all my wasted oil in it. Once it's full, I'll take it over to a waste collection site. Have it disposed of properly. But that's a couple more oil changes down the road. You know, it's been said that necessity is the mother of invention, I think. I don't know. Some smart guy probably come up with that saying, or I'm saying it wrong, I don't know. But you know, I gotta keep my hands busy, you know, and hanging out in the garage or spending time with family. Helps make the days go by, you know. But down in the comment section, why don't you put a comment in down there? Let me know what it is you fill your day with. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? I'd like to hear from you. Shit, other than that, I'm just a guy talking to himself in a garage. So, but we're just about done here. I'm gonna check the oil and make sure we're good, and I'll see you when I got her all back together.
Ladies and gentlemen,
These last couple of days, man, the amount I've learned is crazy. You know, my wife and I, we talk about how I tend to hyper focus on things, and you know, sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, and it's something that I'm learning to control, if you would. I mean, it's a curse and a blessing all at the same time, just depending on how you look at it. Because I mean, you can hyper focus on things like, let me give you an example. When I first gained interest in PC building, right? What did I do? I hyper focused on it. I was deployed at the time, and you know, when I wasn't working out, I was at work, and when I wasn't at work or working out, I was researching how to build a PC. And you know, about 3 months later, you know, all the packages started showing up at the door. My wife's calling me, asking me, you know, what are you buying? And yeah, it was just all the computer parts. You know, I just bought them and sent them home. And I got home, there was a closet full of freaking computer parts, and I had some R&R time. So what did I do? I sat down and I built myself my own PC. I never did it before, but you know, I hyper focused on it to the point where you know, I learned how quick. But you know, other times you hyper focus on things, you kind of got blinders on, you know. You kind of lose sight of other things going on around you, which is a good thing and a bad thing too, right? You know, there's some things that I don't want to come across in my day, you know, so having them blinders on is a nice thing. But you know, there's things that I do miss from time to time, you know, time with family, time outdoor, doing something that maybe I normally wouldn't have done, or opportunities that I might get hyper focused on. You know, you got them blinders on, you don't know. So being hyper focused on stuff, it's a good thing and a bad thing. I've learned a lot, and I can learn a lot in a quick period of time if it's something that I get hyper focused on. So, but going back to this whole video thing, and me expressing myself on video, not necessarily for the viewer, right? I'm kind of doing this for me as an avenue of therapy, if you would. You know, I wouldn't even call it therapy. It's just more or less, you know, I dropped a video titled Solitude. You know, spent a lot of time in my mind and a lot of time, you know, by myself. You know, being able to sit here and kind of let words flow out of my mouth that normally would just stay trapped inside my brain. It's been somewhat helpful the last couple of days. So, kind of thinking through what other things I can provide some kind of entertainment in the process is kind of a bonus, but for the main part, you know, just kind of getting my thoughts out. So I've been thinking a lot about that, a lot about hyper focusing. I've been thinking a lot about, quite honestly, employment. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's a learning curve, adapting to the civilian lifestyle, civilian workforce. But keep dropping that resume, you know, staying resilient. You know, I mean, doing what you can do, making phone calls, contacting the vet center, you know, reaching out, networking, trying to build a good network system, you know, to find employment that's right for me. You know, it's different. So, but yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about employment and kind of like what I want to do for work, or do I even want to go work for somebody? You know, a big thought. You know, a big nugget to chew on. You know, am I capable of working for somebody else? I mean, shit, I just gave, you know, the best years of my life, some would say, to the U.S. government, which, you know, no fault to them, or I'm not bashing them. You know, it was a decision I had made voluntarily. You know, giving them 20 years, and you know, you give them 20 years, and then you kind of left wondering, you know, what to do now, especially after more or less you've been told, or there's an AFI, or there's a boss, or there's a commander, or somebody telling you what to do on a daily. You know when to get to work, you know when you're going home, you know when you're deploying, you know when you're moving. You know, they tell you all that stuff, and trying to figure that stuff out now, it's a steep learning curve. So I've been chewing on that, kind of figuring out where I want to go with that. Do I want to be my own boss? Do I want to work part-time and run a side hustle? I don't know. At this point, I don't know. I'm still kind of chewing on it. But let me know your guys' thoughts. If you were in my boat, what would you do? Would you go out and slave for some company that's going to forget about you, you know, as soon as they push you out the door, and give up that time? Or would you do something on your own? Be your own boss, you know? I don't know where to start being your own boss, like running a company or something like that. I think I have some decent skills that I would be able to provide a product to the customer, whether it's a product or a service. So I don't know. But if you got any ideas, you know, put them down in the comment section for me, and I'll take a gander at them. I think most comments that I've gotten so far, I've responded to, so it's good having that kind of one-on-one feedback. It's nice to get it, right? I'm sitting here getting some things off my mind, and every once in a while having a sanity check from somebody out there would be nice. Well, I've been thinking a lot about getting out and about too, right? I think this winter I spent a lot of time indoors, kind of readjusting to being back home. Spent a lot of time inside, so the snow's starting to melt. Starting to get a little bit warmer outside. Hopefully it's just not false winter. But I'm looking forward to getting out and hitting the trails with my wife, my son, getting out and exploring the natural beauty of Alaska, figuring out some new hiking spots and some new areas that we haven't seen yet. So be on the lookout for more footage of that. My wife takes a lot of footage of the mountains and the sunrises and stuff like that. You probably, if you've watched any of my videos, you've probably seen some of them somewhere in there. I'm going to try and continue to include those because it's just nice. It's just a gorgeous view. But yeah, getting out in the nature, We got hunting season. We got hunting season. It's a ways out. It's a ways out, but fishing is just around the corner here. There's ice fishing. There's salmon fishing. That's going to be coming up here before too long when the sun starts shining. It'll be nice. And then we're going to have hunting season coming up. So a lot of other opportunities. I like small game. So getting out there, getting them ptarmigan and grouse, packing the freezer full of those. They're pretty good frying. So looking forward to that. I got to get all my gear out, get it organized, figure out what I need to have packed, what I don't need to have packed, find my hiking pack and all of that. I did manage to get some pretty good gear. My wife and I, we swung by Sportsman's, and they had a deal. It was like 60% off waders. And I ended up getting a pair of Orvis Pro waders. And they seem pretty nice. They're pretty decent, high quality, but I got them like super cheap. So cheap I ended up getting my wife a pair. So I picked up some waders. I ended up getting some ice fishing gear. I haven't gotten to use it yet. I gotta go through all that stuff. I got a lot of stuff after this move. Just got the shop kind of set up more or less. I don't have everything pulled out, but I got these cabinets, these Husky cabinets here, a workbench, which is really nice to have the extra storage space for doing projects and stuff. I want to get some woodworking in, but I think that's going to come a little bit later down the road. It's just
look at you now, you're alive. Oh, look at you now, you're alright. When the nights are cold but the world's on fire and you're scared to fall 'cause you feel so high.
that wraps this one up.